Hey there, and welcome back to part 7 of the Draconian Transmuter. My name is Ic0n, and I welcome you to another episode of slaughtering and mayhem and destruction, all in the name of Rue and my entertainment. Yeah, let's do this. So, last 2 episodes, we picked up the rune down in Spider and in Shoals. Turned out Shoals was not too much of a big deal after I am that lucky having a reflection amulet and a big bad protection shield. So that was pretty breeze down there. I'm also sitting on a good set of resistances, so I was like, we're good for depths for the next step. I also cleared up Elvenhalt's 1 on the last episode, and yeah, I felt like depths would be way less dangerous than the vaults because my magic resistance is not that sufficient. Alright, and I'm here sitting in a bunch of boggarts. They're pretty obnoxious spellcasters after all. And I have my C invisible on, which is really good because these little dudes blink around and turn invisible. But they are really easy to kill overall. And for this scenario, I will blast myself, but I think that's totally worth the pain. I took no damage. Interesting enough. So we're gonna repeat that. And actually my 1 point of cold resistance was more than enough to repel all of the damage. Actually, I'm a bit surprised. Okay. So it engulfs me, but it does no damage. Interesting. Very interesting. I really thought I would take more damage out of this situation, but turns out I'm wrong. I only found an unidentified amulet, and there's still harm hanging around, so I'll rather blow up one of these 10 scrolls of identify rather than draining myself. Okay, I don't need Amulet of Faith. It doesn't do much for a Rue worshipper. It only speeds up the time until Rue offers you her next sacrificial option, but that's not better than a reflection amulet. And this Iron Troll is annoyingly resilient, but we're getting there. So let's check my spells. I'm training Alistair's Intoxication right now because I feel like this spell will come in handy in situations like these. And I'm forgetting my regeneration again. Silly me. And we talked about sacrifices. And there's an I, words. So use magical scrolls while threatened. That's pretty dangerous. But it's no absolute denial of using scrolls, actually. But, no. I'm a sissy. I'm playing Rue like a sissy. I don't see anything I can afford getting rid of safely, and it's my last pip of faith. I won't feel this difference too much, actually. Not yet, that is. I'm gonna wait for the next set of sacrifices because I don't feel too comfortable throwing away my ability to use scrolls in fights. Overall, I don't feel too comfortable or safe on this character because I feel like statue form has abandoned me for this game. I really feel like it's not gonna show up anymore. And, well, by this time, it gets harder and harder to achieve the necessary skill level. And I needed less and less to win the game because I got other tools at my disposal. But overall, statue form is one of the best spells to pick up as a transmuter since you have leveled a lot of transmutations along the way. But it's not like you need to play that when you're playing a transmuter to win the game. And at least I picked up Alistair's intoxication, and this way I have at least some use of my high transmutations level. And I put the ancient armor on this reflection shield because I really want to use it as soon as I run into a better amulet than the one I'm wearing right now. This way I can keep the reflection. I'm gonna lose 3 armor class points, but that's something I can live with, I think. Alright, let's check. Still 17%. There hasn't changed too much, and here we are, facing a horde of ugly things. But this corner sure comes in handy. I'm gonna throw on regeneration this time to stay healthy along the fight. And turns out we're totally rocking this fight. Alright. I expected as much, to be quite honest. We have a wizard in front of us. And there's a 10% chance of getting paralyzed or banished. 10%. So what I'm gonna do is accidentally net these slime creatures, but well. Let's kill him up front. Not the smartest play. I shot using my ranged combat macro. That was not the brightest move actually, but worked out. I lost 2 nets though. It's a bit sad. That was quite a waste of nets that you could watch here from me. That's how you properly waste nets. Use your shitty macros into the wrong targets. That's how you properly waste a net. Alright, we have glowing orange brain, but turns out Rue denied its spells completely. We have a war axe here. Well, I'm not into axes. I'm not gonna go into axes. Alright, there's a soul eater and there's an ice dragon. I'm gonna kill the ice dragon first. And this troll should be doable though, as soon as the soul eater is down. Alright, here we go. Let's turn on the regen this time. This guy got blinded by Rue. Ain't that nice. Yet still I'm having a lot of trouble killing stuff, which is more resilient. I feel like I'm lacking some punch. Some Ring of Slaying or something like that could come in really handy for me, but let's see. There's an entrance to hell, a frost giant. I had one of those before, so I'm pretty confident here. Yet still, it's again about 40 damage I took out of this fight. So I'm still not super tanky. I'm getting in a lot of hits in between. Gotta keep that in mind. But so far that spawn is really good to me. Wow, this Winddrake is chunking me down like a madman. Holy crap. So, bye-bye, Mr. Shapeshifter. I thought it was a Shapeshifter, but it stayed in the Winddrake form pretty long for a Shapeshifter. They usually swap forms more regularly. And the Stone Giant. Again, about 50 damage or such, or more even, after the regeneration. And we have a bunch of trolls here. And still I'm not able to use Alistair's here, which is really sad. Could really use the spell here. But I'm not able of fighting them like that, especially since the Shaman starts hasting some of these trolls. I wonder if this situation will go wrong for me, but I'm not too sure. I definitely want to get out of the open here. But actually, you know what, guys? I'm gonna play this safe. I'm gonna retreat for now. I don't feel too comfortable here. So I'm gonna retreat. Keep retreating, keep regenerating. I'm getting really beaten up here. So I wanted to delay this power leap a bit, but turns out I have to use it right now. And I'm out of this situation. There we go. That was pretty easy to escape without using any resources apart from this power leap. That's the power of Rue. It's a very, very strong god. The spells of Rue are pretty nuts, actually. I mean, I could have gone into Apocalypse and just nuked them all away, but I felt like this would have been a horrible waste of resources since I get drained pretty hard every time I use Apocalypse, and I feel like this situation was not terrible enough for that, although I got really low here. That I have to admit. Looked pretty scary, but I have a lot of resources open, and I was pretty sure that I could blink or do some other stunt if necessary. So, right when I said the depths were very good to me, like I said a few episodes before, this dungeon's evil will try to kill you whenever it can. Don't trust the dungeon. So let's regen and clear this level up. Should be pretty easy to finish this job. Alright, so we're done with depths 1. Feel comfortable going for depths 2. Depends on what will happen there. So we're standing in front of 2 Spriggan here. I feel like I can handle. But I'm actually gonna take the Spriggan Rider upstairs and kill him there. Because this pack could also mean that the Enchantress is 1 corner away. And this unique, well, it's better to split her up and take them bit by bit. So this first rider died super fast, and the second one took me forever to kill. So that's why I'm taking this situation pretty seriously. And also this Berserker can dish out tremendous amounts of damage or just die within 3 blows. That's also something that can happen. Alright. Against this Air Mage, I don't want to stand with the back to a wall to avoid getting double zapped by their lightning bolts. It's very painful if it happens, and I don't want to screw up this time. Okay. This is a very dangerous fight. 3 very ugly things should put up some fight for me at this point. The glowing orange brain can spam shadow creatures safely, and there's a wizard. So I want to fall back a bit. Maybe I'm gonna bring upstairs this 1 very ugly thing and see how I'm gonna manage against this thing. I'm burning. And yeah, that was some damage. Enough damage to try out another stair. Actually, I'm not too eager to get into this situation like that immediately again. Well, let's eat those fruits, get rid of them. I don't have many inventory slots left, so... Alarm trap. I'm very happy I found you, instead of stepped into you. That was pretty good. Alright. I'm gonna wait around the corner for the brain to get closer, because these shadow creatures can get pretty nasty. As you've seen, that was quite a bunch of dangerous enemies around me from one moment to the another. Alright, so don't feel like I want to pick up anything of these. Gonna mark this lightning rod, but I'm actually not sure if I want to pick it up at some point. Alright. I'm not auto-exploring for now, because I don't feel like it would be a good idea. So, as soon as Transmutations is up to 10, I really wonder if I should prefer Poison again, to make Alistair's more castable. And there's another wizard. This is a very magic level so far. 2 wizards in rapid succession. Okay. Ic0ns, they slaughter themselves mostly. They're also a very good source of bolts. Although I don't see me using this hand crossbow too much anymore. It had its moments down in Spider Lair, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm gonna use it at some other point. Picking up a few scrolls of Holy Word might come in handy at some point. And there are these ugly things again, so I'm gonna take this fight slowly. I'm pretty surprised how weak this character feels while wielding a +9 weapon and having a lot of other goodies up. But, well, the scimitar has not some insane base damage, so the flaming brand is not super effective. I would actually prefer some electrocuting brand on my on a weapon like this. But, well, I can look up if there are other scimitars lying around. But it's +9 already, so I don't think it'll be that much better. Although I wonder if I should pick up this. Yeah, you know what, guys? We're gonna do this. I want to know what this rune scimitar is about. Because if it's some electrocution brand, I would have some good option to hammer in my further enchant weapon scrolls into. And if not, I can carry it around until I run into a brand weapon scroll. And it's Holy Wrath. Very good. That's actually really good. I love to have swap into option for holy damage, always. So there are these Occlup plants. I have a Ring of Resist Corrosion and an Amulet of Reflection. So I'm feeling brave and bonkers tonight. Let's take a few steps. I'm gonna show you to fight unnecessary fights at a good pacing. It's entirely unnecessary what I'm doing here. There's absolutely no reason to take down these Occlups, apart from, so far it's 1% of XP, 2%, maybe 3% to my next level. But I felt like getting rid of these exclusions. There's some more on layer 2. Let's do this. It's not really useful, but sometimes these thingies are guarding stuff. And yeah, I feel like trying out these plants. They definitely have some treasure. So this is a bit more annoying because I have to chop down this plant first. There we go. And let's chop down these plants. Maybe there's some goodies around this corner. I'm gonna wait out the corrosion to finish off the next one more smooth. And I found a Ring of Flight. That's super useless, but that's okay. Let's drop it. There's some unique trident, but no, nothing too useful. But at least I got a few percent to my next level. And get rid of some exclusions. But Occlup plants are, well, one of the lessons in Crawl. One thing that can teach you a lesson, that it's very unnecessary to kill everything in the game. You can, but you don't need to. Oh, very magical level, 3rd wizard. I'm playing with fire here, fighting them like that, because they can banish or paralyze me. But, well, like I mentioned in the last episode, my piety is pretty high, and the chances that Rue will protect me from paralysis and banishment are pretty high. So together I feel safer than I would usually feel with only 10% of resistance chance against these thingies. Although it's no safety. No safety at all. Alright, Alistair's is down to 14% and it's yellow finally. And there's wizard number 4 or 5. I lost track of these. It's a very, very magical level. Seriously, look at this. It's another one. More wizards? Are there any more wizards around? No, there's a vampire knight. So he has 11% chance of paralyzing me. It's pretty much. Yet I'm gonna try to just slaughter him. And there's the next wizard. It's amazing. How many wizards has this level? First I thought I'd make some joke. Turns out the joke is real. Look at that. Wizards all around me. It's crazy. I've never had this layout before. It's super fun. Okay. I'm certainly gonna focus these guys as much as I can. Bring up regen. Ooh, I'm getting chunked really hard here. Maybe I need to put up some action here. For now, I feel like this should be okay now. Giant is down. Tengu won't smack me that hard. But there's another stone giant. Didn't see me yet, so that's good. Can't wait up. All these wizards. They don't stop. They don't stop coming. I mean, how many wizards were that? I mean, I can only guess how many these were. I don't see them here. It's 9 of them so far. I haven't counted how many I killed in this level, but most of these 9 were here. That's for sure. And this stone giant is also very resilient. That's something I really have to be careful about. Oh, boys. There's a lich. Do I have intel on his spellbook? Not yet. Not yet. It's 22%. That's really rough. It's really, really rough. Huh. What I'm gonna do? There are no chances at all that I can paralyze this guy. No, he's magic immune, in fact. So I could just run his face and try to kill him. I mean, it's only a lich. If he can banish me, that will be very, very horrible though. So if he summons greater demons, that would be very horrible too. But I have teleportation scrolls at my disposal. I'm just realizing that I must be sitting in a huge vault here. That should be the reasoning behind all these wizards. And I really feel this could be some magic user themed vault, considering I'm facing that many wizards and now lich. So maybe there's more of this stuff happening pretty soon. So I'm gonna refresh my regen. I'm gonna net this guy. Nets are super useful against spellcasters like these because they cut down their defenses and also increase the chances that they won't cast a spell and instead try to get out of the net. So that's something to know about. Alright. There's a potion of Berserk Rage. I really feel like I want to have it. So I'm gonna drop this positive energy ring. And there's another ogre mage, and yeah, it feels a lot like this is some spellcaster vault. And this is mean. This is really mean. I don't have digging yet. So I've overlooked that one in the shop. So let's pick this up. I really need it. Why did I get over there again? Alright. Here, eat some bread if you're hungry. So I'm lacking one inventory slot here. What I'm going to drop? I think I'm going to drop paralysis. My evocations is not high enough anymore to use this properly. And I don't think I'm gonna learn enough evocations to make it useful again. I really want to have these items behind these walls. So let's check them out. There we go. That's one of disintegration. That's nothing I want to stick to. These are only good if you're very good at evocations, because you need to beat magic resistance. And there's a cloak. I don't think I want to have it. Oh, I actually want to have it. So minus teleport. Oh. This cloak is very, very nice for Zod. Ish. I mean, I want to try something. If I put it on, can I still power leap? Yes, I can. It's actually interesting. So that means I can't teleport anymore, but I can still power leap with the Might of Rue. And it also provides everything the old one provides. Huh. Tempting. Pretty tempting, actually. But for now, I feel safer with the ability of teleportation available. But I'm gonna keep that one in mind for Zod, because resist fire 3 is very nice, because that will protect me from the orbs of fire pretty good. That's something for sure. Alright, so looks like this vault consists of tons of magic users, because it's a magical level, like I mentioned in the beginning, and hidden items. Alright. So there's a shock serpent. For this fight, I'm gonna put up the resistance against electricity here, because I'm gonna be heavily surrounded by these slime creatures, and I really wanna be safe from the lightning attacks here. But I'm gonna keep the see invisible for now, because I really like to have it. If there's some strong invisible baddie closing in, I really like to be able to see that before it's in my face. Hello there, Book of Beasts. That's completely useless for a loveless creature like me. Alright, there's the sorcerer. Still 15% chance of banishing me. It's quite a lot. Let's hope everything turns out fine. I got teleported, and I didn't kill him. That's a bit sad. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to kill him like that. It's a long sword of distortion. That's double banishment threat. Alright, so this one has no sword of distortion. It was really silly of mine not looking this sword up, but mistakes happen. Alright, I'm gonna put up some more poison magic, because I feel like I'm really getting close to cast Alistair safely. And ring of magical power, that's not necessary. And poison is only at 6, so I'm gonna learn it quicker. Then I'm gonna learn on the point of transmutations. So that's basically the idea here. But this vault is certainly good to me. The necklace of bloodlust. Nah. The Berserkitis on this thing is really nasty. It's one of polymorph. Not interested. Not buying. Thank you. I think that was the last loot here. Oh well. So that's it. That's the magical level. That was a really funny vault, I have to admit. Hello there, Abyss. I'm not buying yet. Alright, add in. Let's check. That's a fight I want to take really slow, but turns out I'm good. Depth 2 done. Let's head into depth 3. That's disgusting. So I'm gonna wait out a few turns and hope I can pull up somebody, because I'm definitely not fighting this like that. I'm gonna check another staircase here. This is bad. This is super bad. And that's not even better. That's even worse. Alright. Crap ton of ugly things. And some Ic0n. But apart from that, that's nothing too dangerous. There's a fire dragon too. But, well, I'm gonna go upstairs here and bring up some of these baddies and start chunking down depth 3. Although stair dancing got nerfed along the versions, it's still a very, very powerful tool. I realized how powerful stair dancing is when I played some Hellcrawl, and there's no way back in Hellcrawl. There's only downstairs, no upstairs. And that's where I realized how strong and important stair dancing is in this scenario. So there are these two dragons, and there's entirely no reason not to power leap over one of them and to get into the same situation again in the corner, but turns out it was enough. Let's chunk down this ice dragon, grab a bite to eat, and head down again. Alright, so I still don't know which spells this wizard has, so I'm gonna wait. He threw a fireball. He can paralyze me. Alright. Do I really want to stand here doing nothing? I don't think so. So let's at least do something, but this lightning is not too efficient either. So Alistair's would come in handy, so let's try it. You attempt to intoxicate your foes. I confused the conjurer, and I'm in vertigo now. So I'm going upstairs here. Was a bit of a risky move, yet still again, I trust my god. I trust in my god that he will protect me from the worst. So, this worked out. Let's try that again. And nobody turned confused out of this, sadly. I'm gonna try to split up this fight as good as I can. Let's kill this shapeshifter first. They're actually pretty obnoxious. And let's go up downstairs again. And this is pretty harmless by now. As long as this Rakshasa stays out of the party. He could make things a bit more complicated, actually. But for now, I'm just dividing and conquering this fight. There we are. One enemy at a time. I think I can take this fight though now. I'm gonna kill this necromancer first though. Those simulacrums certainly are pretty obnoxious. Alright. So here we are. Depth 3 entrance is pretty okay now. I realized I am carrying around another scroll of ancient weapon. I'm gonna start enchanting this Holy Wrath, because if I get this close to +7 or such, it's a very, very effective weapon against liches or demons or any unholy enemies, and that's really useful to have. So my strategy to finish up this game will be to learn Alistars to some level where I can use it. And then I hope I'm gonna find some Amnesia Scroll, because right now this game has none. And if I don't find any, I need to skill some more spellcasting. But I'm gonna try to finish this game with Alistars and these 3 hexes here, because I feel like that should be perfectly doable. Maybe I'm gonna go into these, I don't know. I'm not too sure that I will have the skill points left over to do so. Alright. Poison is slowly making its way. Longblades is very close to min delay now. That's very good. I really wanted to reach that point. There's even more Hell Knights. Holy crap. So it looks like one of these dudes had a distortion branded weapon. And that's why I didn't want to wear this cloak. Because I'm pretty sure that teleporting is the best thing I can do right now. Because I'm gonna get horribly murdered if I try to fight this face up. And yeah. Okay, so there's a Caustic Strike. That's not cool. Step 1 is gonna be to put up this resistance to corrosion. And after that, I don't feel like I'm ready to take down a Caustic Strike yet. Must be coming out of this area, which indicates that we're here sitting in front of a very dangerous vault. I don't know if I want to fight this, actually. I'm gonna try to acid into this fight because I can acid all the way down, although they're only resistant to fire and cold. Okay, so I can hurt this Shrike with the wand of acid, but my chances are pretty low of actually hitting this thing, and didn't do too much. So I'm gonna take a few swings very carefully. I'm still pretty healthy. I'm real confused for a moment. I'm halfway there, so I'm gonna turn on regen. That will be very important. Okay, so luckily I was able to kill this thing, and somehow I managed to not take too much damage. I'm really surprised, but I only got lucky. So do I really want to complete this level with a vault in the middle where I faced one Caustic Strike? I'm not entirely sure. This is very, very exciting in a bad way. So I had a potion of might left over if things went super terrible. And yeah, this Rakshasa would have been a total nightmare with this strike. So this is pretty nosy of me to get into this like that, but I really want to be sure that this area is completed. Alright, so there is the rest of the party. And yeah, alright. I definitely need to put up a resistance from poison here against the golden dragon. Apart from that, this guy is wielding a scythe. It's pretty exotic. Alright. I can always retreat with teleport out of this. But this Rakshasa really blows up the party, so I'm gonna get out of here. Let's teleport. This is not getting anywhere. And I got teleported into the loot chamber of this vault. That's pretty funny. And turns out nobody followed me so far. But they're all there, so I can only have a look here at all this stuff, which is not too useful actually. But the good thing is that I'm able to not kill off the Rakshasa. So no good thing for me. Well, I need to teleport again. That won't work this way. Okay, so I'm gonna power leap onto this stairs and get the hell out of here. Because this storm dragon and the slime creature are really dangerous enough. Let's get this electricity resistance. I'm gonna regen. I'm gonna step away from this wall because I don't want to get double zapped by the dragon. And there. That's it. Okay, so this is a super dangerous depth 3 level, and I'm actually gonna bail out for now. That's too much. I feel like risking my demise here if I press on, and because I feel like that, I'm gonna go into Elf 2, because I feel like Elf 2 should be really good for me right now. And if I'm able to pick up some other source of magic resistance, I would be even able to do Elf 3. And there are 2 potions of experience. That's wonderful. That's simply wonderful. So I can switch up these. Okay. So I think I'm gonna pump this completely into hexes maybe. Or into shields, but that's only half a point. That's not too much. It's not doing too much for me. So I'm gonna pump this into poison magic. Gonna bring up more intelligence. And there's Alistair's perfectly at a spot where I want to have it. So next up on the plate is being memorizing silence, because that's a very useful spell. And the next experience potion will go completely into air magic, where I'm suffering a -3 aptitude. It's pretty horrible, actually. Didn't know that I was that bad at air magic, but must be the gray color. So silence is at some usable level now. No, that's not true. It went to a better level. That's what I wanted to say. And yeah, I have now the option to get slowly there to cast this spell. I think 1.5 points of air magic won't suffice to get the job done, but it's a start. It's certainly a start. Although I feel like investing into spellcasting would have been maybe the smarter idea, but well, I gotta learn air magic if I want to or not. So that saved me some time. But these potions and these decisions lead me to the point where I really think I won't pick up statue form if I run into it now, because I would have been spread too far into too many different branches. Getting circled here pretty hard. But here, down in Elf 2, almost nothing bad happens out of this. Although this Death Mage is certainly pretty obnoxious with all these lost souls standing behind him. Alright, there's an Annihilator. That's the first thing I'm actually a bit concerned about. The rest of this is pretty popcorn, but it's still an army against me. Right now I'm only fighting summoned minions, which doesn't help me at all, but now I'm getting to the summoners. Alright, gonna keep the regeneration up and keep killing those mages to put an end to all these summons. And the Annihilator went over where I can kill him. So what I'm gonna do is to finish off this mage first, because I have reflection up, I have 20 points of shield. Chances are he won't one-shot me that easily. This fight is slowly turning into my favor. They seem to be the last guys here. And that's one nice thing about reflection down in Elven Halls. You redirect so many spells into your enemies. It's simply wonderful. So let's pick up some alpha for the way. When I get hungry, I have some alpha in my pocket. Alright. Sorry for the morbid humor, but there's a scroll of amnesia. Perfect. I'm gonna forget blade hands because these are 5 stale spell levels to me. I could learn lesser beckoning. That would be pretty nice. Would be really useful actually. Huh. But that's translocations. I don't want to learn translocations right now. So I'm gonna learn invisibility next. Because I will level this up along the way. Slimy leisure tag. Wow. If I wasn't into long blades that much, that would have been some option. But not for me, not this time. But leisure tag are really good two-handed weapons. A book of minor magic. Alright. I definitely want to have the uncontrolled blink. Because that's pretty much the most useful spell in this spellbook. Conjure Flame would have been nice as well if this game wasn't at the point where it is right now. Because, well, the most dangerous things are just ignoring these flaming clouds at this point. So that's Elf 2 done. That was a pretty quick thing to do. And I don't feel ready for Elf 3 right now. My magic resistance is not high enough to withstand all these chances of getting banished and paralyzed. So next step gonna be the first few steps into the vaults. Because I'm really spooked of the Depth 3 level. That's really scary down there. Caustic Strikes are always something I get nervous upon because they are such terrible enemies. And apart from that, this level featured a lot of Zod enemies. A lot of unusual things to run into. I blew up some Teleportation Scrolls and I'm finding a few here again. And that's actually why I wanted to go down here. So I made the experience if I get closer to the third rune, it really pays off to go a bit here and go a bit there. Don't try to force branches to an end here. Even for the first 2 runes, if you feel like you're not ready for the last level of a rune branch, it's no shame in retreating after doing 3 levels and going somewhere else to pick up more levels or maybe some more items. These behaviors will increase your chances of survival by a lot, but it does need some feeling of, well, whether you're gonna make it or not. That's only something experience can provide, I'd say. We have another entropy weaver here, so I'm gonna swapping over into the See Invisible ring. And because I don't like these entropy weavers, I'm gonna power slam into his power leap, not power slam, power leap into his face where I can safely chunk him down. The good thing about power leap is it only costs mana and it exhausts you, but exhaustion is no debuff or such. It's just a marker that you can't use any other skill which requires you to be not exhausted. So it doesn't drain me, so I can pretty much spam it in situations like these where I'm absolutely sure that I don't need to jump again anytime too soon. And if that would ever happen, I have, well, 4 scrolls of blinking in my pocket, so. That's a bunch of guys. Holy crap. I'm locked in here, but not long. This is a very good spot to fight this army here. They have to come one by one, so I'm certainly gonna win this. Some orcs and some spider from down here, so I'm gonna retreat into this room. I want to rely on these choke points as much as I can. I'm gonna fall back a bit more because I realized there's a priest standing behind there. While orcish priests are no deadly threat anymore, not at all, yet still it's pretty good to break the line of sight if you're standing in a longer fight like this, to avoid the smites, because they still hurt. That's still a lot of damage if they get to smite you 4 or 5 times along the fight, and that could have happened easily here. Alright. But this certainly feels pretty good here. Yet still I'm waiting for the first sentinel to show up, because I want to know how high the chances of getting marked are. So I actually saw one there. It's 28%. That's huge. That's so huge. Even though I'm wearing a cloak of magic resistance here. And I'm also lacking cold resistance pretty hard. Alright, I have to change that pretty soon. But for now, I'm gonna chunk down this guy as quick as I can. Alright. Turns out I'm wearing the wrong ring. All the time. Bet you guys saw that. Well. Everything turned out fine then. The ring management in this game is one of the most tedious things I've ever ran into. I really have to admit it, that I don't like this ring swapping mechanic too much. Not because I don't like the necessity to swap around your gear in certain situations, but it doesn't feel too comfortable to do so. It certainly feels pretty tedious pretty quickly, but well, what can I say? It's like it is. Well, this looks like a sacrifice I can do, although it won't fill up my piety. That's a bit sad. But I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna sacrifice the healing effects of potions, because I feel like I can manage pretty well at this point without them. I have regeneration at my disposal. I have Rue provides a known healing skill, so that's okay. It's certainly okay. One more sacrifice to go, I think. I hope I'm gonna reach max piety in this game at some point. Okay. This is going really well so far. Let's pump up the regen again. And getting swarmed here, but I want to try fighting this. Being a long blade user makes getting situations where you get surrounded more favorable to you than for other weapons. Only axes are better. But so far, this fight is totally won. Just tabbing through these. Alright, long blades is finished. I leveled it a bit too long. I'm gonna go into shields now and I hit shields 15 because that will help my spellcasting too. I'm still not at maximum, or no, I'm still not rid of all the encumbrance the shield provides, and that's actually not too cool. The silence is at 41%, still not too good. I'm gonna level up hexes until it hits 10, and then I'm gonna stray a bit into air magic, even though it's -3. I feel like I need it. Alright, Waltz 1 done. And I'm gonna call this an episode at this point. I'm gonna go for the next downstairs and switch off for now. I feel like I did a lot of stuff in this episode, although we didn't finish a single branch. I'm gonna drop this amulet though, I don't want to have this. And yeah, thanks for your time, thanks for watching. This run is getting more and more interesting the deeper I delve into it. And yeah, I hope you're gonna join for the next episode, and I hope I'm gonna retrieve the orb in this run, or die horribly while having fun. That's okay for me too. So enjoy your time, guys, and see you soon. Bye bye.